As you venture deeper into the ancient, dimly lit cavern, the air grows thick with a palpable sense of dread. The walls, carved with guttering sigils, seem to whisper maddening secrets, and the ground is uneven with jagged stones that clink beneath your feet. Glowing, phosphorescent fungi spread intermittently provide an eerie, greenish hue, illuminating a vast chamber before you. At its center, on a raised dais, an immense, hovering beholder glares with a myriad of eyes, each aglow with malevolent intelligence.
I narrow my eyes at the beholder and step forward confidently, my hands beginning to glow with fiery energy. "Let's bring some light into this gloomy hole," I say, my voice laced with defiance. I then cast a fireball spell aimed at a cluster of the fungal growths on the walls, hoping to ignite them and create a blinding distraction for the beast.
I move forward, positioning myself between Pyra and the beholder, raising my shield to cover us both. "Stay behind me, lass. This thing's got enough eyes to watch all our moves," I grumble, my eyes scanning for any incoming attacks from the beast.
I slip into the shadows, moving silently around the edge of the chamber towards the dais, looking for any obvious blind spots or weaknesses in the beholder's positioning. "Eyes on me, big guy," I mutter under my breath, readying my dagger just in case.
With a somber expression, I raise my holy symbol of Kelemvor and softly intone, "Even the darkest terror must see the light of judgment." Channeling the divine energy of Kelemvor, I cast Bane on the beholder, hoping to weaken its resolve and accuracy.
The cavern erupts in a fiery explosion as Pyra's fireball collides with the cluster of fungi, igniting them into a brilliant blaze that temporarily blinds the beholder and casts its shadow grotesquely across the chamber walls. The beholder roars in fury, its central eye shutting tight to shield itself, but its smaller eyes swivel wildly, seeking out the source of the attack. Thoradin feels a surge of arcane energy pulse from the beast, but his shield holds firm, the metal ringing with the impact as streams of energy glance off it. Meanwhile, Wisp's silent approach brings him dangerously close to the dais, unseen by the beholder's frantic searching gaze, while Seraph's sacred incantation wraps the beholder in spectral chains that glow dimly, dimming the malevolent gleam in its eyes.
Seeing the beholder's frantic state and capitalizing on its momentary blindness, I swiftly move closer into the chamber, lifting my hands towards the flickering flames now lighting the walls. "Let's turn up the heat," I shout, directing the flames to encircle and restrict the beholder's movement with a firewall spell.
Capitalizing on the beholder's current vulnerability, I charge forward with a loud battle cry to draw its attention away from the others, and swing my warhammer directly at its lower eye stalks, aiming to stun the beast into a defenseless state. "Face me, ye ugly sack of eyeballs!"
Seeing Thoradin's valiant charge and the creature's disorientation, I use my stealthy position to dash forward, climbing atop the dais right behind the beholder, and attempt to swiftly sever one of its exposed lower eye stalks with my dagger. "Here's an eye drop delivery just for you."
I step closer to the ring of fire and reach out my hand, feeling the intense heat. With unwavering focus, I chant a somber prayer to Kelemvor. Death's embrace finds all, even those who fear it most. I then cast Shield of Faith on Thoradin, chanting for a moment to protect him further.
The firewall erupts around the beholder, forcing it to hover higher and narrowing its ability to strike effectively. Thoradin's warhammer connects with a sickening crunch, smashing through several of the lower eye stalks, which spurt dark ichor. Seizing the opportunity, Wisp's dagger glints in the firelight as it severs another stalk, causing the monstrous creature to howl in agony, now visibly flinching from its wounds. Bolstered by Seraph's Shield of Faith, Thoradin stands resilient, the spectral chains tightening further around the beholder, dimming its menace with each divine whisper from Kelemvor.
With the beholder reeling from the onslaught and desperate to end this swiftly, I stomp forward, raising both hands to the engulfing flames. "Time to end this nightmare!" I shout, unleashing a meteor swarm directly onto the beholder's central mass to obliterate it once and for all.
Seeing Pyra ready to unleash her powerful spell, I know I have to keep the beholder in place. I grip my shield tighter and slam it into the ground, spreading my stance wide to hold my ground, all while roaring at the beholder to keep its focus squarely on me. "Over here, ye floating menace! Stay put and meet your doom! I raise my hammer ready to brace for any retaliation, seeking to absorb as much of the creature's attention as possible.
I see Pyra preparing her devastating spell and know I need to act quickly. Using the beholder's distraction, I grab one of the jagged stones from the ground and hurl it at the creature's remaining eyes, aiming to further impair its vision and keep it disorientated. In a blink, you'll miss it.
Seeing the beholder in a state of disarray and knowing the impending force of Pyra's spell, I raise my holy symbol once more. Kelemvor's embrace awaits you, I whisper, casting Death Ward on Thoradin to shield him from any retaliatory blow that might come. I focus on ensuring Thoradin will withstand the beholder's wrath.
The cavern shakes as Pyra conjures the meteor swarm, fiery rocks descending with brutal force. The impact is cataclysmic. The beholder is engulfed in an inferno, its form disintegrating under the onslaught. Thoradin's stance holds as boulders crash around him, Seraph's shield of faith glowing bright, protecting him from harm. Wisp is thrown back but manages to land safely, with the room now filled with the acrid smell of scorched flesh and singed stone. The beholder lies in ruin, its menace extinguished.
With the immediate threat now eradicated, I survey the collapsed remains of the beholder with satisfaction and flick the dust off my robes. That was quite the spectacle, I say with a fiery grin, and then move towards the fallen creature to inspect it for any useful remnants or clues about what other dangers might lie ahead in the cavern.
I grunt with relief as the beholder collapses. Taking a moment to catch my breath, I stride towards the dais, shield still at the ready. I reckon there might be something useful here, I grumble, keeping an eye out for any lingering threats while inspecting the area for traps or hidden compartments.
I shake off the dust from my clothes and eye the fallen beholder with a mischievous grin. I quickly dart around the cavern, investigating the walls and the area near the dais for any hidden compartments, traps, or treasure that might be stashed away. Let's see if this bugger was hoarding anything shiny.
With the beholder vanquished and the eerie quiet settling back into the cavern, I slowly walk towards its remains, my eyes scanning for any sign of residual danger or cursed artifacts. Holding my holy symbol, I softly murmur, "In the end, all things come to rest in the arms of oblivion," and cast Detect Magic to ensure we do not overlook any hidden mysteries or enchantments left behind.
In the aftermath of the cataclysmic battle, the cavern begins to settle, the heat of Pyra's flames still radiating around the smoldering remains of the beholder. While Pyra and Thoradin approach the carcass, the walls reveal faint, ancient murals, now illuminated by the flickering light. Inspecting closer, you notice what looks like a hidden panel beside the dais, slightly ajar from the recent tremors. As Wisp carefully moves towards it, he finds a hidden compartment containing a weathered map along with several glimmering gems, casting a subtle glow in the otherwise dim cave. Meanwhile, Seraph's Detect Magic unveils a lingering aura around an ornate amulet among the beholder's remains, pulsating with an otherworldly energy.
I notice the pulsating amulet among the beholder's remains, and my eyes light up with curiosity. I reach down, carefully picking it up. "Let's see what secrets you hold," I murmur, examining it closely for any magical properties or inscriptions.
I approach the hidden panel beside the dais, noticing the faint glow of the gems inside. Reaching in cautiously, I retrieve the weathered map, holding it up to the flickering light for a closer inspection. Let's see what treasure this scoundrel was hiding.
Slipping quietly towards the hidden compartment, I pocket the glimmering gems, then carefully unfold the weathered map to study its details, looking for any markings or hints that might reveal the location of further treasure or uncharted dangers within the cavern. Found us a map. Looks like our next adventure's just beginning.
With the echo of the battle still hanging in the air, I take a deep breath and let the divine wisdom of Kelemvor guide my senses. Holding the pulsating amulet, I whisper, "All things must be revealed in the face of death's light," as I cast Identify on the ornate amulet to discern its true nature and any hidden properties.
The cavern is now quieter, the air thick with the pungent scent of scorched flesh and embers. As Pyra examines the pulsating amulet, a vision flashes in her mind. A vast underground fortress, ancient and foreboding, with the amulet unlocking a hidden door. Thoradin unrolls the map, revealing cryptic symbols and pathways leading deeper into the cavern network to what seems like a forbidden vault. Wisp, admiring the glimmering gems, notices one glowing faintly blue, pulsing in sync with the amulet's energy. Seraph, through the divine guidance of Kelemvor, identifies the amulet as the Key of Eldramir, possessing the power to unlock an ancient seal that holds back an unspeakable malice.
Seeing the vision of the ancient fortress in my mind, excitement courses through my veins. I hold the amulet up to the light. This amulet is a key to something far more dangerous and ancient, I declare, meeting the gaze of my companions. We need to be prepared for what lies ahead.
Seeing the intricate details on the map and hearing Pyra's declaration, I grimly nod, my eyes narrowing in contemplation. I knew this wouldn't end with just a beast, I mutter. Let's make sure we're ready for whatever this Key of Eldramir is unlocking. I fold the map carefully and place it in my pack, then turn to closely examine the area around the hidden panel for any additional clues or traps we might have missed.
Spotting the faintly glowing blue gem and noticing its connection to the amulet, I slip it out of my pocket and hold it up. Looks like this little gem and the key have a connection. Maybe it can help us figure out the map too.
Holding the pulsating amulet, I am struck by the weight of its significance and the foreboding nature of the path it reveals. My eyes trace over the ancient murals now illuminated around us, and I sense the deep, dark promise of what lies ahead. Clutching my holy symbol, I whisper a prayer to Kelemvor for guidance and protection. Dread shadows shall part before the light of truth, I intone, casting augury to foresee the outcome of using the Key of Eldramir and venturing deeper into the cave.
In the eerie stillness of the cavern, the air grows thick with anticipation as the adventurers stand poised on the edge of a mystery older than they can fathom. The ancient murals seem to shimmer under the flickering firelight, as if whispering secrets of the past in a language long forgotten. Seraph's augury ritual reveals a duality, swirling visions of both radiant triumph and harrowing despair as the Key of Eldramir is used, meaning a path fraught with immense danger, but also incredible reward. The hidden passage behind the dais invites them further into darkness, promising either untold treasures or the unleashing of something terrifying beyond imagination.
Holding the amulet, I channel my fiery determination into my words. Looks like we're in for a wild ride, but I'm not backing down. Let's see what this darkness is hiding, I state, with a confident grin, striding boldly towards the hidden passage behind the dais, ready to lead the way deeper into the cavern.
I grunt with determination, gripping my hammer and shield tightly as I step forward to follow Pyra. Stay close and keep your eyes peeled for traps, I growl, eyeing the hidden passage warily and taking the lead to shield the group from any danger that might lurk ahead.
Seeing Pyra and Thoradin's determination, I can't help but feel a surge of excitement. I dart forward, slipping ahead to scout the hidden passage for traps or hidden mechanisms, ready to shout a warning if I spot anything dangerous. Let's not spring any nasty surprises, shall we?
Clutching the Key of Eldramir, I follow my companions with a solemn demeanor. Kelemvor's light will guide us through this darkness, I murmur, channeling divine energy as I cast light on the amulet, illuminating our path ahead in a soft, eerie glow while keeping its significance clear to all.
As you step into the hidden passage, the air grows colder, the oppressive darkness pressing in despite the light from Seraph's amulet. The stone corridor narrows, forcing you to walk single file, with ancient runes lining the walls, humming subtly with arcane energy. Suddenly, Wisp detects a pressure plate just ahead, his keen eyes noticing the faint outline of a trap concealed in the floor. At that moment, a distant, guttural growl echoes through the passage, hinting at a monstrous presence waiting in the depths.
Grinning at the challenge ahead, I stop just behind Wisp and raise my hand, summoning a small, controlled flame to illuminate the pressure plate for everyone to see. Nice catch, Wisp. Let's be careful and go around this one, I remark, motioning for the group to avoid the trap as we proceed cautiously.
I step carefully around the illuminated pressure plate, keeping my hammer and shield at the ready. As I move past the trap, I scan the dark corridor for any signs of movement or additional threats, muttering under my breath. That growl ain't a good sign. Stay close, everyone.
I crouch down, examining the pressure plate closely to understand its mechanism. Reaching into my pack, I withdraw a small, thin metal rod and carefully jam it into the side of the plate to disable it. Let's see if we can ensure nobody steps on this by mistake, I whisper, working with delicate precision.
I watch Wisp expertly disable the trap, appreciating his deft precision. As a cold chill runs through the corridor, I step closer to provide further illumination with the amulet's eerie glow. Every shadow hides a whisper of both past and peril, I murmur, momentarily closing my eyes and focusing on the unseen presence ahead. I cast divine sense to detect any celestial fiend or undead entities within 60 feet.